drink. And she said, well, I can't because I'm 13 or whatever.
I was 17. 13 sounds so terrible.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Oh, there she is. Come on, Ed. We don't have COVID.
What is that?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I didn't put my cucumber away.
Yeah, wait, what? We need to talk about the cucumber.
Okay, you start.
Thanks. Okay, well, actually, I don't have many thoughts. I was going to hope that you would tell me what's going on.
Well, our friend Shelly down the hall has this garden.
Okay.
And she says, Elvis, feel how cold it is.
Oh, God. Now you're going to make me hold it?
It's kind of clammy.
I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch your cucumber.
Fine. Who wants to touch my cucumber?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's too early
It's
for
actually
this.
cold. If you have a cucumber in the refrigerator, you don't have to touch it.
Okay.
Because God knows.
I wasn't gonna.
God knows who's been touching this today.
I was not going to touch it.
All right. Well, so far, so good in our interview with Sabrina Carpenter.
Hey, guys.
It's hot.
Yep. It is. It's really hot outside. I know we were talking about, like, I've been living here for like the last year and a half. Mm-hmm. So I've seen all the seasons now. I mean, I grew up in Philly, so I'm used to seasons, but living in California, then I got really spoiled. So now I remember what it's like to be human here.
And melt.
Yeah.
Human and humid at the same time.
Human and humid, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you came uptown a few blocks to see us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I know that you weren't you sequestered in like Williamsburg during
Yes.
you had COVID in Williamsburg, right? That's a song on the album.
COVID in Williamsburg. Honestly, I would be so specific as to say that. Yeah, I did. I had COVID a long time ago, thankfully, but it was definitely, I was delusional. As everyone, I feel like at the time that got it. It was so crazy. Did you get it?
Oh, yeah, I've had it twice.
Oh.
Here, touch my cucumber. You may get it again.
Guys, we need to stop.
You know what? And I know as an artist, as a performer, as a vocalist, everything you are, you had to like push everything on a hold, like the rest of us. And then when we slowly come out of our doghouses into the real world, you have to kind of merge into traffic again. I mean, How are you doing with it? I know you had a meet and greet last night. How do you do with these things?
I'm trying to remember how to be not awkward again. Running into people is like, I hate it anytime. Even if I love you, I hate running into people because like it's always like cool, like you end up getting some interesting story out of it, but like the actual act of it causes just a lot of anxiety because I just was not prepared to see you. You know what I mean? And also there's this thing now with social media where it's like, do I tell you that I know where you vacationed last week or do I act like I didn't see that? So there's just a lot of levels to like how do I act? How do I human?
The rules have changed.
They have changed a little bit. Put the cucumber away.
I'm sorry.
I can't stop looking at it.
Here, do something with it.
Yeah.
What about this pepper? Put that away.
Are you going to actually eat it? That's what I'm concerned with.
I can't eat cucumbers because they repeat on me. Does that make sense? I burp them up.
No, that doesn't make sense. But
because you're young.
You do you.
You'll be old one day. You'll be burping up everything.
Okay.
So when I met Sabrina, I told this story earlier. We were at the iHeartRadio Music Festival, Las Vegas. We were playing with puppies.
You love this story. I love that you love it.
And that's when I asked her out for a drink, and she said, "Well, I can't because I'm 13 or whatever."
I was 17. 13 sounds so terrible.
Well, how many years ago was that?
I mean, it was probably
Do the math. Well, how old are you now?
It was 5.5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, then you're ready.
Now you can go for drinks.
Ready for drinks.
Girl, I could go for drinks.
All right.
Yeah, I made half this album going for drinks.
Then let's talk about it. Let's talk about the album. Of course, emails I can't send. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get really personal on this. Personal to the point where a lot of these are topics that you've been covering over and over and over, I'm sure, to the point where you're like, can we talk about something else? The thing is there's songs out here released now. Listen to this from Vicious. Oh, you're so vicious. Love me, then pretend you didn't. Crush my heart, wreck my image. Why are you going to be so vicious? You just run to whoever's winning. Okay, questions. Don't have to answer them.
I won't.
Because I liked a boy. By the way, that video is extraordinarily incredible.
Thank you so much.
You must have had fun. If you've seen the...
It's a real tiger, by the way.
It is?
Yeah, not CGI. All I wanted was a tiger. I've always wanted to work with one ever since Life of Pi, even though that was fake, which shattered my heart. But I was like, I really want to work with a real tiger, and got so lucky. And it was this cutest named Shika. cutest, sweetest, most loving, and they took such good care of her. And so special. I mean, Moulin Rouge is one of my favorite movies, and so I definitely took a lot of inspiration from that.
There you go. Because it reminds me of Come What May. It's because some of the lyrics in the movie are sort of like Come What May. The lyrics in the song, rather. Anyway, tigers turn on a dime.
Yes.
I mean, they can be like your friend, and all of a sudden your head's in their mouth and you're dying.
That is true.
Is that the exhilaration you love about hanging out with a tiger?
No, I think they're just such beautiful animals. And honestly, I will say, they said that my energy was exquisite for this tiger. And they said that the tiger really vibed with me, which is great. And that's all I wanted. I honestly, I kind of wanted to see if I had tiger energy. Like if tigers would fuck with me. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Sorry, would mess with me. Sorry. Bleep,
sorry.
Bleep, bleep. Go back.
I really hate this business we're in.
No, it's okay.
She just said the F word. We had to take it out.
I'm so sorry, guys.
We can talk about that big T energy, tiger energy, if you want.
We could talk about a cucumber for 10 minutes, but we can't talk. I can't say the F word.
Yep.
This is stupid. I know.
Sorry. So, anyways, the tiger really was very sweet. We bonded, and that's why they said, they were like, she's actually really great with you, and she really likes you, so it's going to be an easy day.
Not everyone can hang out with a tiger. For instance, who in this? Scary, for instance, my producer.
I don't think you can hang with a tiger.
He drops babies between hotel beds and bed stands and things like that.
And he fell on a dolphin. Was it a dolphin?
Yes. Yeah. We were at Atlantis in the Bahamas, and they have the little dolphin experience. He fell on a baby dolphin, and now it only swims left. It can't go right.
Girl.
I have that big nervous energy.
No,
big energy.
Anxiety.
And animals hate that. Because they're nervous, They don't like when you match their energy.
No. Okay, back to this video.
Okay.
Because I liked a boy. You glammed up beautifully. That beautiful red dress. I guess it's red. And the jewelry, everything. Was that real jewelry?
Yeah, everything was just done by our stylist, an amazing glam team. And it looked so beautiful. I was so lucky because I had obviously a pretty specific vision going into it. And, it doesn't always end up like what you imagine, and
exactly.
It ended up pretty spectacular.
It's funny to watch. It doesn't make sense until you see it. So go do whatever you do. Do a search for Because I Liked a Boy, Sabrina Carpenter.
If you like tigers, all the tiger stands, go check out the vid.
But she'll be singing lyrics that really don't match what she's doing in the video.
What do you mean?
Well, because you're in that dress. And you lean back really far and go, "What? You called me a slut?" or something like that. What was it? What's the word that you? What's the line?
Can I say slut? But I can't say the other
one.
You
can say slut.
Slut's okay. Slut.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're being very glamorous in this glam dress and screaming out, "I'm a homewrecker. I'm a slut. I got death threats." Filling up semi-trucks. It doesn't match. The lyrics don't match what you're doing. That's what makes it cool. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
the contradiction, I think, is so metaphorical for life. I feel like everything contradicts, and sometimes what I use to kind of get myself through really tricky situations is humor, which is obviously very contradicting to pain. And so I think I find that really fascinating in music too, to be able to kind of have the rhythm and the beat of the song feel very different than what I'm actually saying, and it kind of shifts and divides people's focus, which almost helps them focus more on what the actual lyrics mean.
Right. It's like, wait a minute, what is this? And they listen closer.
Yeah.
Who was it we interviewed that said they find the most success in writing sad dance songs?
Probably every artist.
It was someone specific. They said right here was Sabrina
It wasn't
City.
Sia.
No.
I know she talked.
What?
Was it Ryan Tedder?
I don't know.
Smith?
I just find
thinking of every artist that has sad dance songs.
I think it was Beyonce.
Well, the point is, it's along the same lines as what you're saying.
And you actually wrote this album based on emails you really did send yourself, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was in the beginning of the pandemic. I didn't have a therapist yet, and I kind of just started using emails as an outlet to, essentially vent to myself and get a lot out there that I shouldn't ever get out there. And then I would go back and read them, and I was like, yeesh, these are, I'm writing from a place of knowing no one's ever going to hear anything. So it's just a lot more honest. And some of the lines were just so funny and to the point that it was almost comical. And those were lines that ended up becoming, full songs or titles or, bridges or choruses. And it was just so fascinating. And then once I wrote the actual title song, Emails I Can't Send, I knew just from the format of that song, because it was written sort of, it almost looks like a poem when you read the lyrics out, that I wanted to call it Emails I Can't Send.
Did you only write them to yourself, or did you write them to other people as well?
Yeah, did you blind copy anyone?
I did write them to other people. I obviously, I wasn't fully typing in their emails, because that would be crazy.
It would be.
Can you imagine you accidentally press send on that one?
Oh, yes. Done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky that I think one time maybe in my life I've ever accidentally sent a message to someone that I shouldn't have. But this time around, it was just like, if I just keep the to blank and I picture it in my head, I'm safe. Exactly.
I'm sure whatever it was that accidentally got to them probably needed to get to them. Anyway,
okay.
Because you wrote it. Hey, Sabrina Carpenter's here. Emails I Can't Send is the album that's out now. I like how you gave us an album. A lot of people just want to do single, and then a year later they have 14 singles, and they don't call it an album yet.
I've always wanted to make albums ever since I was a little girl. I don't know. There's something about a project, and I've always loved listening to records. So I think that probably is where my love of albums came from. So I listen to vinyls, and I'm constantly listening to the full thing. And I think there's something about the story from start to finish, and also just getting to know an artist over an hour, I think is really special. And I think this specific album, I just really wanted to set out to make something cohesive, even though my life felt so uncohesive. So I think that's why it took a long time to make. But yeah, I think albums are the most special thing in the world, and I'm really lucky that I got to make it.
You grew up in a house with albums.
Yeah, totally.
That
Absolutely.
makes sense.
And you go to a record store today.
And yesterday.
Wait, is that today or tomorrow?
It's today. Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes on Long Island.
Yeah.
I said to the room before you came in, Serena's going to be at Looney Tunes Long Island. And Gandhi said...
There's still record stores?
Yes.
Yes, there are. There are also CDs, and there are cassettes.
How do people play these things?
Cassettes?
Yeah. I saw so many cassettes yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, Eminem, actually, because he's got new music on the way. He's putting out some limited edition cassettes and stuff like that with it as well.
I remember we used to throw them away because they were so wrong. There's nothing good. I remember when CDs first came out. I'm going to age myself here, but that's easy to do. Look at me. When CDs first came out, I hated the sound of them because they have this digital sound to them that you can't get from them. You can only get it from vinyl.
Right.
People don't know that, but vinyl has a quality of sound to it you can't get anywhere else.
Oh, I know.
So there. What album do you remember growing up listening to? Oh, and maybe you over and over and over, you would just pound it out. You just loved it so much.
Oh, gosh. Weirdly enough, the first thing that comes to mind is Norah Jones. I love Norah Jones. And then the record that I definitely listened to over and over was Heartbreaker by Dolly Parton.
By Dolly Parton?
Yeah.
Wow, we love her.
Oh, yeah.
We love Dolly.
Do you know Dolly? Have you met Dolly?
No, we're not buds, but I love her.
I know Dolly, maybe, I don't know, as an entertainer, as an artist, whatever, not a bad person to study and emulate, or not emulate, but you know what I'm saying? Just, what is it people love so much about Dolly? Do I have any of that going on in me?
I should. I should take some notes.
She is Dollywood. You need Sabrina Wood.
Oh, that's crazy. That's so funny.
What sort of ride would you have at your amusement park?
Don't get me started, Elvis.
I don't know. We're way too sober for this conversation. All right, Sabrina's here. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? Ask her anything. I dare you. You want to play Truth or Dare?
I do. Oh. That's what I was hoping you would go for. Look at her face.
Look at her
Terrified.
face. She does not.
Oh, look, everyone's looking at their watches and walking out the door.
Also, you know what's so funny about Zoom? I can always just click the exit button. Whereas in person, I can't do that.
No. How do you do it?
I know.
You just have to walk out of a room.
We are not going to play Truth or Dare with you, but
damn.
if we did, here's the Truth or Dare list.
Okay.
So it'll give you just something to think about.
Okay.
Okay, dares. Let another person post a status on your socials. Never do that.
Okay.
Let's see. Smell all the other people's armpits.
Oh, God, no.
Why would you want to do that?
You wouldn't.
Dance with no music for 1 minute. Go.
Love that, honestly.
See, you would do that.
Love that, honestly.
That seems like a fun one.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it's funny.
Are you wearing a skirt? Okay.
Yeah.
Do not do number 7. Okay. Do a cartwheel.
Yeah, I'm going to skip that one.
Okay. Let the person on your right draw on your face.
How are you with a pencil?
We need a Sharpie. Give your phone to another player who can send one text, say anything they want to one of your contacts.
Terrible. Awful.
Okay, what about the truths? What are the truths? Where are those? Hold on. Aren't you glad we're not playing this?
Well, it's so funny that you're reading it out and we're still not playing, but yeah.
Well, no, I don't want you. I don't think it'd be a nice thing to do. Just say, hey, come to the interview and let's
make sure they're there.
And if you say no, that means you're hiding things from us, right?
Like
scandal.
Like artists always hide things from everybody.
We all do. Everyone hides things.
Yeah, true.
Remember we used to play What's in Your Pants? Like Enrique Iglesias was here and we would play What's in Enrique's Pants? And we gave away everything in his pants.
Wait.
In his pockets.
Go back. Yeah. Hold on.
That's not as funny.
In his pockets?
No, it's his
How
pants.
much is he carrying in his pockets? I guess men's pockets are so large.
Yeah.
I forget that. Because I can hold like Advil in mine. That's it.
We put some stuff in there, I think.
Keep in mind, that was back in the cargo shorts day.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, we called it we give away what's in Enrique's pants. And it's funnier than pockets.
No.
Yeah.
And then we'd load them up. We'd put stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all a big scam.
Okay.
Name someone you've pretended to like but actually can't stand.
Oh, that's a good one.
My cats.
Okay. They want you dead.
I feel that.
What was your worst kiss ever?
You know, I'm very lucky. I don't think I've had a bad one.
Okay.
Because I'm always also a part of it.
As your attorney, you don't have to answer any of these.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure. Have you ever faked sick to get out of going to a party or anywhere? The answer is yes. Move on.
I don't even know if I faked it. I think I was just like, I don't want to go. You know? Sometimes you just like, are just like, and the nice thing now is, I think it's really like acceptable for people to just be like, I'm mentally not well.
Yeah.
Can't come. Won't be fun.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah.
People need to accept that.
Yeah. I think people are a lot more understanding maybe.
The power of the word no. How many times a week do you wear the same pants?
Oh my gosh. A lot.
Okay.
Because I'm the type of person, once I have a pair of something I love, we're definitely getting some uses out of it.
Mileage. We call it mileage.
Definitely mileage.
Have you ever been nude in public? Okay, no. Moving on. Anyway, enough
Wait,
of that.
isn't her mom here?
No. She's not. But even still, my mom would be so supportive. She loves me for who I am.
Oh, that's
Your
good.
mom's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She's doing good, thanks. She's probably listening to this, so.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama.
Hey, so when you were going through, things that were out there, whatever, what kind of friend was your mom? Was she there, or she's like, hey, Sabrina, you're fine. Move on. Or were there conversations with Mom? I mean, how close are you with your mom?
Pretty close. I mean, I'm close with my family. My sisters, definitely like we're best friends.
Good.
My mom, I think what's so tricky for everybody is like, unless you're living in someone's shoes, it's really hard to know exactly how anyone is feeling or experiencing something. And so giving advice is one thing, but I think it's more just the support of knowing that she is there. And then she's just a great listener. And then also sometimes she can tell me when I need to get over it. I know that's a little harsh, but sometimes I think it's really easy to sit and sulk, or it's really easy to sit in your pain and sadness. And I think it's good to do it for a certain amount of time, but then it gets to a point where I kind of need to hear okay, it's time to get back out there, champ.
Right.
God,
it's always good to have someone who is your cheerleader like that. If you don't have a mom or dad anymore, or you're not close with them.
Yeah.
It's
even a friend.
You got to have them in your circle.
Absolutely.
You just do.
Yeah.
So could you do an album like Emails I Can't Send without support from friends and family? Would you have had the courage to say all these incredible thoughts that were so private, a lot of them, without people going, come on, get it out there? Or is this all an internal thing for you?
Yeah. I don't think anyone persuaded me to make this album, or to, make it kind of at the amount of, I guess, transparency that I made it at. Mm-hmm. That comes from, your own thoughts, I guess. And I think, there were people along the way that definitely commented on the honesty, but it was never in a way that made me feel not supported.
Right.
I think it's only helpful that I did have support from people. And, there was definitely a point towards the end, right before I put it out, where I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Like, I just shouldn't put this out. Maybe just because, not even the part about like the honesty and transparency, but more even just like, is it good? And I think every artist, I say that, but I think a lot of my artist friends have expressed to me that usually like right before you put something out, that's the scariest thing, because, you know, you've had it to yourself for so long, and you've created your own memories to it. You have your own opinions of it. And once it's out there, you know, that can be changed by other people's opinions and views, and you just start to maybe get other voices in your head that weren't there before. And I had some really, really close friends that were able to listen and go like, no, this is really special. And I was so grateful for that, because I've never really had that kind of other ear and opinion before from like fellow artists, and that was really special.
Well, also it speaks to how your body of work is different than it used to be. You're talking about transparency now, you know, and as we're about to play the song, and as you prepare to go to Looney Tunes on Long Island.
Yes.
You know, back in a long time ago, many artists did not want transparency. They didn't want anyone to know who they were. They wanted to live behind their big gates in Beverly Hills. They didn't want anyone to know what they were feeling, what they were thinking. These were just great songs that great writers worked with them on, or they just bought from great writers. That's what's so different with music today versus, let's say, 30, 40, 50 years ago, when there were huge hits then. These were not songs from a very, very honest place, even though these were fantastic artists. I don't know.
It's funny too, because I think now you look at song titles in general and they've become so obscure and specific, and you'll have songs like a song called like Mac and Cheese, and it's like not about mac and cheese at all, but like, you know, they say mac and cheese once in the song and it's like the whole song's called mac and cheese. And it's like, it's very, I don't know why I said mac and cheese, by the way. I cannot think of a single song called Mac and Cheese right now.
I think it'd be a great song.
But that was the most random thing I could think of. And I think what's so different about now versus then is like, you had all these classic, timeless lyrics because they hadn't been done before. And now everything's been said 1,000 different ways. And it's almost like we're finding new ways to rephrase the same feelings, right, you know, of course, but in a way that is so different, because life and the world has changed so much. So now it almost requires to be a little bit more specific, because feelings have become a lot more specific and intricate and different and nuanced. So I think maybe that's why, I don't know.
Is there an advantage to having personal things out in public, as awful as they are, and then having an album coming out talking about your true feelings? I mean, does it give people a point of reference, your true fans, a point of reference, where these songs are coming from? Like, oh, she's talking about A, B, and C.
No, I mean, I think regardless, when I listen to music from an artist that I know nothing about, you know, if their story strikes a chord with me because I'm going through that thing, that's all that matters. It has nothing to do with like anything else that I know or don't know. It's truly just about in that moment, like, oh my gosh, like this is what I'm going through. This song really speaks to me, and this song, you know, applies to my life. And I think that that's really special. And I'm just grateful that they've been able to do that with some of these songs so far.
And with that said, let's listen to one. Which one do you want to play?
Let's play Because I Liked a Boy.
No.
Okay. Your choice, Elvis.
Okay. Because I Liked a Boy. And check out the video. It is stunningly beautiful.
Thank you so much.
It really is. Sabrina Carpenter. And Emails I Can't Send.
Thanks, guys.
It's out right now.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.